In today's video, we get ready to go to the track with our Baby Evo. Let's get there. Duck's guts. G'day everyone, happy Easter. Welcome back to the channel. It's Fred here from Clunie Garage. Got an exciting episode. We're going to get our Baby Evo Mitsubishi Mirage track car ready for its first day, and we're going to head to Luddenham. So we've never been to Luddenham. Mighty Car Mods and Motive Video often go there. There's quite a technical track, bit of undulation, lots of continuous radius hairpin corners we'll have to practice my go-karting skills on, but that's all good. And without further ado, there's little beastie there. So look at this beautiful paint job done by Fred and Frankie. Oh my god, beautiful purple wrap Mitsubishi Pearl two-tone. And we've just put our Enkei semi-slicks on with our Nankang rubber, and it's just back from a wheel alignment. I'll take you through all the specs on the wheel alignment because it is ready for some serious cornering, and obviously tremendous amounts of power in this little banger, but that's okay. And we're not going to go there trying to beat any lap times or be heroes. We're just going to get some more seat time, get back in the track day life, Easter. Alright, so I mentioned I've taken off the road-going Enkei rims, and these are pretty good, these little things here. And trap for young players, the inserts between the semi-slicks RFP01s and these ones are different. So I was trying to put them on with the smaller inserts, and they were wobbling and they weren't fitting correctly, so thank God I didn't rush that. But these things are just exotic, aren't they? So Formula 1 inspired, and I've heard a couple of bad things about these RFP01s and cracking and all the rest of it, but we've had no dramas at all, albeit we've been in the Hyundai Getz and now the Mirage. And have a look what Fred Jr.'s been doing in here just quietly. He's kitted it all out with OMP gear and a bit of super cheap Mandalorian juice protecting on the seat there. Got his little tacho and his oil pressure, and we are all set. So we'll kit this little Mirage out with GoPros and cameras and all the rest of it. And let's take and show you a bit of a look at the wheel alignment here. So I managed to get -2 in the front, negative camber, and I've got 2mm toe out on the front, tracking straight on the rear as always, and -2 degrees camber on the rear too. So actually looks a little bit more pronounced on the rear. Maybe it's just an optical illusion through the GoPro. And so you can see the subframe adjustment bolts there, and they're all the way to the right and left respectively. And when we actually did adjusting the cam on the rear, it actually puts the toe out as well. So we had it all in real time up on the wheel alignment machine, and as we were dialing in the cam, you could see the toe going. So always good to don't try and do that at home. Make sure you got your lasers set up and do it professionally. And we'll take you through all of the other mods and preparation we're going to do for this little beastie, including a bit of a shakedown run that I'm about to do out on the road now. So safety first here at Clunie Garage. We've always checked our water coolant. That's all good. Always check your windscreen wiper. Not. We were down to almost draining our power steering fluid. No wonder the steering was feeling a bit funny, but that's all topped up. Frankie and I did a brake flush the other day. Got some .5 Penrite in there, and we did the clutch as well. And I'm just about to check the oil and make sure we don't have any dramas there. And we're going to trickle charge the battery too, because we've got a bit of a drive in front of us tomorrow, and we don't want to be stranded on the side of the road at Marulan. So 70 kilowatts from factory, these little 1.5 litre single cam motors. And yeah, not really the powerhouse that we've come to be used to, like with our ute. But anyway, and we haven't done any mods. So this car was freshened up about 100,000 kilometres ago. It had a whole bunch of maintenance done to it, had a full rebuild. And then we've just done filters and spark plugs and serviced it. And also run it on fuel. Previous owner put a bit of diesel in it to sort of stretch things out a bit. So we've done a fuel system sort of rinse on that one as well. And the only other thing is that you might recognise that Mirages normally have an exhaust that exits there and a big horizontal sort of cannon exhaust. Ours now exits here, and we've just got a little sort of resonator just there, and then we've kept our little meow because we want to obviously maintain our legalities, and we've just got a stainless steel 2-inch system all the way through. So let's see what little beastie sounds like. So we managed to pick up this little beast for $500, so a bit of a track car for young Fred Jr. to get used to driving around so he doesn't bin anything. Let's have a listen. Ooh, a bit spicy. A bit rally inspired. Yes, it's right up our alley, 4 cylinders, but this should do the job tomorrow. All right, so let's get to the thumbnail of this video being the Baby Evo, and Fred Jr.'s named it that. Don't blame that one on me. And people might think, Fred, there's a bit of clickbait. Well, there's other channels that do that, but Baby Evo is in response to what this could become if we fit a Myvec Cyborg engine to it, or Fred Jr.'s got his eyes on a 4A G63, which actually would be a pretty handy Evo, but it's got the same sort of blue Evo. It's got some race car bits on it. It's smaller than an Evo. It's a Baby Evo, and that's what Fred Jr. says anyway. But let's go for a bit of a wrap, and we might be able to keep up with a few Evos at dear old Luddenham. And if our success is anything like it's been at Wakefield Park, I'm good driving by a Tesla there, then we could be up for a very cool lap time, you never know. And yeah, so young Frankie will be joining me, and we're heading off first thing tomorrow morning. Actually, we've got to leave home just a bit after 4, and get up there for the driver's briefing at 7:30, get on track about 9, and I think there's a bit of a scrutineering and stuff you've got to do, but we'll get through that. And Frankie loves the sign-in procedures at track day, so let's hoping that he's going to have a smooth experience with the administration side of things. He's always a very patient man, young Frankie, and always known to be there for his customer service skill. That's all right. And a bit of bump steer there. Dear old Mirage, we've actually put some Koni front shocks in it. We tried, they were off Facebook Marketplace, and they were hard as nails. So some bloke in Sydney had them, and he had them fitted to a Lancer, so geez, that is firm. So the springs in them are super hard, and I've obviously backed off the damping on the front. We couldn't keep the ones in the back, they were just absolutely horrendous. So but yeah, we'll so I've just got the stockies in the rear at the moment, and as I mentioned earlier, we've got a fairly aggressive wheel alignment in this thing. The most we could do anyway, because we couldn't do much on the negative camber on the front. That's just what we have with the Konies. But in the rear, 2 degrees. I was pretty happy with that, just with factory control arms. The main thing is getting a bit of toe out. So I've never had a car with toe out before, and got it up on the wheel line machine, and it actually had toe in. So I said to him, well, we don't want that. We don't want to be understeering in front of Mandalorians and ghosts and goblins. That could not be magic. So we actually dialed all the way back and got toe out 2 mil. 2 mil from what I'm reading actually seems to be one of those magic sort of figures for a little front-wheel drive race car. And obviously terrible for tyre wear, and but we don't really care about that where we're going. Talking about tyre wear, we've just fitted our AR1 Nankang semi-slicks back onto this Mirage. Last time you would have seen, God, these speed bumps are hard. Last time you would have seen our AR1 Nankangs was on the Hyundai Getz, so have a look at our channel backlog. It's probably 18 months ago perhaps, and yeah, we did 123s at Wakefield. Terrible lap time, but underpowered little 1.4, but tell you what, it had some grip, so I've just got the Nankangs on now, just scrubbing all the pickup off them, and I haven't even checked the tyre pressures actually since then. So I set them to 30 hot last time, so, and they've been sitting in the shed for a while, so I should probably put the tyre gauge on them before we go out. We might drive up with the Bridgestone RE003, so they're a very handy little day-to-day tyre. Depending on how we go with the semi-slicks, we'll give them a go as well. So it should be a good day for, you know, trying different things, trying the new wheel alignment setup, and yeah, we're really looking forward to getting out there. Keep practicing my heel and toeing. I'm wearing redback boots at the moment. That's always good fun to do heel and toes, but I'm wearing my little go-kart race shoes tomorrow, so that'll be get me back in the zone. And starting actually lately. Try to get out there every 2 weeks, but sometimes diaries don't really allow it. But I'll tell you what, it lets you know you're alive when you've done a few laps in that Tony car. And really hones in your racecraft too, and you know, it can punish you if you don't get your trail braking right. Obviously you've only got brakes on the rear, but yeah, she's a lot of fun. Now for those of you that follow the channel, you'll probably notice also that Clunie is still not back, and here's this Tesla driver stopping in the middle of the road. Unbelievable. Anyway, we've had a bit of a drama with Clunie. More of that on another episode. But she's broken. So that's what happens when you pump out over 740 rear wheel kilowatts on the tune brake. So anyway, more on that. We're going to get some forged pistons, and there's a whole story, and you know where Clunie has come to as well. But anyway, we're not going to get too worried about that. We're just going to keep on ploughing away, doing our track days. But the only other mods that we've done on the Baby Evo, we've actually put some DBA Street Series. I always lash out, get the best for this car. They're T2s. You can't even. They don't even make T3. But, they are slotted, and probably better than the pieces of junk that were on from factory. And we have ordered some pretty specky race pads too, but we've just got the standard pads in it for tomorrow. As I mentioned earlier, on the maintenance side of things, we have done the brake fluid flush, and all new filters, and it's been fully serviced as well. So, but apart from that, I am going to be pretty worried about sliding around in this seat tomorrow. Don't have harnesses or a race seat, but that's quite a technical track, Luddenham. A couple of continuous radius hairpins there. Luckily not too many straights, because our car's not built for straight line speed. But yeah, this should corner with semi-slicks on and the wheel alignment should corner very well. I'll just give it a bit of a practice throw in here. Turns in alright. Feels pretty good. But driving 7/10 on the road is nothing like throwing it in at the racetrack, and yeah, we've seen other people do road tests and stuff before, and even our experience too with the ute, you know, we thought we were Donkey Kong and set our coilovers to full hard and go out there and make fools of ourselves. So testing on the road really doesn't translate to testing on the track, but that's okay. It makes for good content, and yeah, you learn from your mistakes anyway, so that's good. Alright YouTube, we'll sign off there. Hope you enjoyed that little tour and the shakedown run of the little Baby Evo. And I'll tell you what, I actually got a bit of heat into these little slicks here. Woohoo! That's good fun. And nothing like the temperature getting them tomorrow. Catch you later. Check out for our video coming out on Easter Sunday. Happy Easter.